Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here to check out a video from the boys in Gyze. This is the first time ever, and I mean ever, on this channel that we're doing one of their videos. I did the album review, and you wear their shirt, Asian Chaos. That's the album that I reviewed, their latest album. You wear that shirt all the time. I think it's almost becoming like a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's like part of who you are. Sometimes I have to fight you not to wear that freaking shirt all the time. It's embarrassing. You always wear the same shirt.
It's a good shirt, and when you put the songs on my phone, I was very intrigued. So I listened to them, and I really liked the songs. So, like, it's two reasons to wear the shirt. I really like their music, and I dig the shirt.
And you also like Avatar. So I'm thinking perhaps what you should do is rewatch Avatar while listening to these guys while wearing the shirt.
Ooh.
You go full circle.
Yeah.
Full circle. All right, are you excited about this?
Yeah.
All right, I'm really excited about this. Finally checking out these guys on the channel. I mean, it's not like we don't know their sound and whatever, but it's the first time we're doing one of their videos.
Yeah.
All right, the name of the song is 1945 Hiroshima, and this is live in Hokkaido. All right, live. I love that. Wow, that's good. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let me put this on. Let's press play.
Alright, 札幌最後全員で声くれ。
All right. Since you're the guy that wears the shirt all the time.
I should have worked for this video. I mean, I wear it for almost every other video.
And the video that we're
and the
checking.
one video that we're actually checking them, I don't wear it.
Okay. Anyways, but since you always wear it and it's part of your skin now, it's like a tattoo. You get to go first. What did you think?
We always talk about how we love it when bands can sing in their native language because it can always come across a different way from if they sung it in English.
Yes.
And
especially when it's something. It depends on the style of the song.
it also depends on
the lyrics, the content of the song. I think,
and especially
this topic. I think you'll have to have it in Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do it in any other way.
I thought it was cool that the harsh vocals in Japanese.
Man, I think everything is cool, but I have so much stuff to say. Let me throw a couple of things at you. The first time I heard these guys was when I did the Asian Chaos, the album review. And the first thing that I think, maybe not the first thing I said in the review, but the first thing that came to my mind, it's like, these guys are like the Japanese Dragon Force.
They are.
You know, like the guitar playing by these dudes absolutely...
You even told me that when
I told you that when I was listening to the album.
No, when I went in to listen to some of the songs that you put on my phone.
Because at the time you were listening to a lot of Dragon Force at that time, I remember.
Yeah.
Because of Guitar Hero and all of that shit, you were really into it. And I said, you have to listen to these guys. They're like the Japanese Dragon Force. The guitar playing is outstanding.
Yeah.
It's outstanding. So and it's outstanding throughout that record, by the way. It's not like they're like a one song kind of like that. Like they just rip it up, absolutely rip it up. I just want to say that. But what did you think of the video and the performance? I'm not a big fan of the live video when the live video not necessarily matches what's going on.
That was my one problem.
That kind of throws me off.
It threw me off a little bit because it was weird that it was kind of like they were doing a different song, but
or the same song, but in the wrong
timing. They weren't
timing.
Matched.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm watching one of those old Bruce Lee movies where the mouth moves when no sound comes out.
But they're still using the live audio.
No, the audio is live. That part I like, right? The audio is live. I like that.
But I didn't like how, since it was live, it wasn't matched.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost like one of those old Asian movies where the mouth doesn't match what they're saying.
But if it wasn't matched and you use studio, it's okay. But it's just because since it was live, I kind of want to see...
The fact that the lyrics are on the screen, because this is a lyric, like it becomes a lyric video, the fact that the lyrics are on the screen, it kind of hides it a little bit.
Yeah.
It kind of hides it a little bit. I'm just saying they could have done a little bit better job on the video editing side of things, because you could have still done it in a way that things are not matching, but it's not as visible. But when you put a shot of you singing, and there's no singing in that portion of the song, why do that? Now, why not just put a shot of you playing or the drummer playing? That way is not as noticeable, right? So I wasn't a big fan of how the video played out because it threw me off. Like I'm telling you, it's like I'm watching one of those old Bruce Lee movies where the mouth moves and like...
Where he finishes a sentence
and there's like,
it's still going.
Yeah, like he talks for like 10 minutes and all that comes out is, I'm going to kill you. And then the mouth is still going. Like, it's just like, that kind of threw me off. But I guess it's staying with the theme, the Asian theme. I guess it's staying within the Asian theme. Now, one thing I will say is this. It's the anniversary of the drop of the nuclear bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I watched a documentary a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I can't remember exactly, on the History Channel about this. And I learned, once again, I'm not saying that we have to glorify history, but we definitely can learn from it, so things don't repeat themselves again.
And you told me about.
I thought I knew so much about the two bombs that dropped on the bomb that dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I thought I knew like everything there is to know. Like I studied it in school. You know what I mean? Like this in Portugal, this is part of our curriculum to learn this. You know, and I thought I knew like everything that I should know. Watching that documentary, I realized I didn't know shit. Did you realize that Nagasaki, first was Hiroshima, the second bomb was in Nagasaki. That was not the city where they were supposed to drop the bomb. They were supposed to drop the bomb somewhere else. But the weather wasn't good, so they're like, oh, I guess we can't drop it there. Okay, we'll drop it here. And then they drop it in Nagasaki. It was not like that was part of like the plan. It was just like on the fly.
You told me some of this. You also told me that the guy who created the bombs
he regrets
so much
it.
Guilt.
Yeah, after the bombs dropped, the guy that was working with the Americans on the creation of the nuclear bomb, he went like on
the school,
not a tour, but he went like on doing speeches about it. How much he regret creating it because he believed there's too much power in one person's hands or in one group of people's hands. Now many countries have nuclear bombs. It's not like just the U.S. are the only ones with it, but at that time it was just the U.S. Right? So he regretted being part of it. and a lot of them felt like they were doing, because this is what followed Pearl Harbor, so they felt like they were doing what was the right thing for their country. But then when they realized the destruction that was involved with it, and they didn't just attack like military military compound. It was everybody, civilians, everybody, right? Children, women, everybody, elderly, everybody. So he totally regretted, and a lot of people that work on the project were working on the project not even knew exactly what they were working on. They built a whole city in the U.S., actually more than one. They built it, what they were constructing and testing, and the people that worked there not even knew exactly what they were working on. And the cities were like in the middle of the woods, so it's like secret cities. Nobody even knew the cities existed. You know, the government spent tons of money, you know, to build these things that nobody even knew they were there.
Shit.
It's like the stuff that went behind it. Like, for example, did you know that the bombs exploded in the air? They didn't explode on impact on the ground. I thought the bomb dropped from the plane. When it hit the ground, it exploded. It created the mushroom cloud. That's what I thought. No,
I thought the impact of hitting the ground
is what
does it.
They had a detonator on. The bombs didn't explode on impact. They exploded above ground. Like, you know, as they were falling,
I feel like if it hit the ground, it would have
probably would have made a huge crater. That's why there's no crater. Like, when you see the images of the destruction of both cities, there's no crater.
That's
you know, like but I didn't know that. And they were saying that more people died of radiation after the fallout.
I knew that one.
More people died of that from then the actual impact of the bomb or the explosion. Not the impact, because there's no impact. The explosion. So more people died of the fallout of the radiation than of the explosion itself. And some of the footage on this documentary, because what happened was, and I know we're getting sidetracked. It has nothing to do with music, but it has to do with the song.
It has to do with the song.
What happened was, after the first bomb dropped, Japan didn't surrender, but then after the second bomb drop, they surrender. And part of the agreement was that the Americans would send a group of their scientists that were involved in the creation of the bomb there to study the after effects. This was an experiment on people. Like, you know, right now you have experiments happening in labs to rats and whatever. They did an experiment on people because not even they knew what the impact of the nuclear... Yeah, they didn't know what's going to be the long-term impact.
It was no test. It was just...
No, so they sent a group there to study... to study what happened.
Yeah.
Like, what's the cause? Like, what's besides the explosion,
after?
What happens after? What's the fallout? All of this stuff. And that was incredible. And the fact that, I don't know, man, if I was the Japanese government, I don't know if I would be too kind to welcoming the people who just, destroyed two of our cities in to study. Like, you know, it's like, we're like lab rats at that point. It kind of feels that way, you know what I mean? So... But they were not allowed to speak with people. They could only like walk around and do like geyser testing to see what the radiation levels were and check some of the the effects of they could see what was happening to the people, but they couldn't like talk to the people and they couldn't treat the people. They couldn't touch them. They were not authorized to do that,
wow.
Right? So it's really interesting. They went around and even they were shocked with the level of devastation and the fallout. And then they interviewed people in this documentary. They interviewed people who survived, who were there like either as children or young adults, and they survived and they told their stories of what has happened to them, you know what I mean, and what happened to their family members and where they were when the bomb dropped, like all of these different things. Some of the stories, there's one girl that told the story of her brother, young brother. He when the bomb exploded, he was with his mother. They were at the hospital. They went to the hospital because he had some surgery happening. And the explosion catapulted him. The explosion didn't kill him, right? Like, he survived, right? But then he was in a coma for like 30 days or something like that. And then when he woke up from the coma, the first words that he said to his mother is that planes are a scary thing. And then he died. He woke up from the coma. He said those words to his mother, and then he died because of the radiation. No, he didn't die from whatever the impact was, the long-lasting effects of radiation.
I gotta watch that because you told me.
Oh my god! What an incredible documentary! It was on the History Channel. Absolutely, like gut-wrenching, because you see, it's not a documentary just that starts when the bombs drop is a
before.
documentary before it starts from from how they start working on it, creating these secret cities, the idea of it, all the testing and all the things that they were trying to figure out, how does this work, blah blah blah, all the way up until dropping of the bomb, and then the aftermath of the bomb dropping. Like, for example, I had no idea that they were going to drop it in a different city and then last minute because the weather wasn't good. Because the issue with the weather is if you drop it, because the bomb explodes in the air and the weather is not good, if there's a storm, it carries the radiation over, like, to another city or whatever, right? Like, it expends the radiation even more because the weather, then you get acid rain, which is like the fallout.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if you guys have a chance to watch that documentary, like, I highly recommend it. It was like the anniversary of Hiroshima, so I think the documentary is called Hiroshima. But obviously they talk about both Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They talk about both cities. And there's real life footage of
what happened.
Yeah, because the Americans, when they went there, they filmed it. They documented, like, the whole thing. So you see the people, like, the impact of the radiation of the explosion on the people. You see the devastation. Like, you see everything. It's just really gut-wrenching. And then you hear the testimonies, not only of the people who suffered, but the people who created the bomb and then regret the creation of... I mean, it's just... Like the one guy was saying, it's like, we just ran an experiment on people. That's basically what we did. We didn't know what was going to happen. We did it, and then we went there to see what happened. It's just...
It's messed up.
It's really mind-boggling. But anyways... I just want to share that, since this song is about that. And I'm sure they did this song to celebrate the anniversary as well. So I'm thinking that's the reason behind it. All right. I think this is it for the Japanese Dragon Force, right?
Yeah.
We're finishing this video on a very somber note, I must say.
Well, I saw everyone was having fun at that concert, and I kind of really want to... one of my bucket list vacation... Well, not vacation, but, like, places to go...
Is Japan.
It used to be like Finland, and Japan was up there. We already went to Finland. I really want to go to Japan.
I know. I just don't know what you're going to eat when you get there, but that's a different story.
There's a Swami Fest there.
Yes, I know.
And
so you want to bring both the worlds together.
You mix both worlds, yeah.
The only way that trip can get any better is if Salo is with us.
And
we need a translator.
Oh,
we need a translator.
Perfect video idea. He teaches us Japanese.
All right, and we vlog with him and we go around.
Yeah.
All right, sightseeing. When this COVID thing is finished, because right now we can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is it for today. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you to the guys from Gyze. They reached out to me and asked us to check out this video that they did. Thank you to them for allowing us to do that. Thank you to the label for letting us use their music on our videos. And sorry for the little bit of a somber mood, but this song kind of brought that. And that documentary really stayed with me because I really felt like I learned so much about what happened that I had no clue. Like, I had some ideas and I thought I knew, but just goes to show you don't really know everything.
Yeah.
You always have to have an open mind to learn new things and find out exactly what's happening in the world around you. So, I just wanted to share that. All right, on that note, come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.